Bullshit.
I have to agree with you, Chad. I think that's bullshit.
I think it's bullshit too.
Big time hair bands and their best ballad.
And there's no fucking way.
A lot of fancy words, which we don't have, but...
Right, I'm bullshit again. Fucking great song.
Yeah, good. Actually, a couple of good paragraphs from Loudwire there,
yep.
but
bullshit.
Yeah. Excuse? Well, I don't know that word. I thought it was pretty smart. The typical hair.
Well, we know better now.
We know better now.
Welcome back, everybody, to Rock Resurgence Radio. My name is Chad, the host.
And I'm your co-host, Bergie.
Hey, today we're just going to take a look at a little old Loudwire list. They have a ton of these things.
Yeah.
And this one is, what's it called again?
It is called The Best Ballad by 11 Big Hair Metal Bands.
And we're going to go through each pick and see if they're full of shit or not, basically. Yeah. In our humble opinion.
Yeah, we might disagree. We might agree with a couple. But.
Right. And I know there's going to be some we disagree because we kind of talked about it a little bit ahead of time. And there might be some that we agree with, but we'll give you what we think is, or if they're on track or whatever. So
right on.
First band up is Bon Jovi. And who do they say? What? Go ahead. Do you want to read that part?
Yeah.
This beginning of their article here.
So right off of our list of the best ballad from 11 big hair metal bands, at your own risk. There's way more substance here than haters would lead you to believe. We'll be the judge of that.
Correct.
Hair metal, glam metal, pop metal, whatever you want to call it, was never a huge hit with critics. And power ballads were perhaps the most maligned manifestation of the genre. Bands and record labels executives alike knew that ballads were often a surefire way to score a chart hit and juice album sales. That's true.
True enough.
Rockers who were willing to indulge their sensitive sides could watch their tours leap from clubs to arenas in 3.5 minutes if they played their cards right. Anyway, I'm going to skip. Like you said, Bon Jovi is the first band that we're going to talk about. And they picked the song... Well, I'm going to read it. Following the back-to-back smashes of Slippery When Wet in New Jersey, Bon Jovi sought to move beyond the confines of pop metal on Keep the Faith without fully abandoning their stadium rock sound. The top 10 hit Bed of Roses epitomizes this gradual evolution. The smoldering blues guitar leads and delicate piano-based verses show an improved sense of dynamics, but the anguished lyrics and soaring choruses, the last one featuring a monumental vocal run from John Bon Jovi, show they hadn't lost their flair for melodrama. So, they picked Bed of Roses. I think that's bullshit.
I think it's bullshit, too. They got so many ballads that this one's almost impossible, and I think Bergie and I might even come up with two different ones. I mean, I would say, I don't know what their best one is, but the one
You don't think it's Bed of Roses is what you're saying?
I don't think so. It's a good song. Yep, don't get me wrong.
I do too. I think it's a good song.
It's a very good song. But off of New Jersey, there's I'll Be There For You. These 5 words, I swear, are true. When I die, swear to you.
Yeah.
I like that one. Okay. I like that one better. You got one that you like better?
Yeah, I think. And is it a ballad? Yeah, I think it is. Wanted Dead or Alive?
Yeah, Wanted Dead or Alive. I mean
that might be their best song, and maybe it's not a ballad.
Well, I think it would constitute it's balladish. Yeah. It's maybe a little bit more up tempo than a normal ballad, that ass grabber, but that's 100%. I would think it would be called a ballad.
And even if it's not, I Never Say Goodbye.
Never Say Goodbye.
That's a goodie.
Jesus, what else is there? I really like what's the one on 7800 Degrees at the end there? But there's, I just don't think they have the right one. I mean, good song, but the couple that Chris and I talked about, I think are better.
Yeah, I think my pick is going to have to be Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah, and I that's probably the one. Yep, and Never Say Goodbye, like you said, is good. And the one I said, I'll Be There For You, is very good. But if we're considering Wanted Dead or Alive a ballad, that's by far their best ballad.
Yeah, I'm trying to find... oh, man, they had other good ones, too. Even later, Always
Yep.
was a good
really
one.
Good one.
This Ain't a Love Song's a good ballad, too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to find the ones you're thinking of 7,800
Oh,
Fahrenheit.
yeah.
Like,
Silent Night.
oh, yeah.
Silent Night. I love that song. But that's my favorite album by
That
Bon
is a good
Jovi,
song.
too.
And I think... I mean, I like Bed of Roses, but I think the article missed the mark on that one. So
I think so, too.
So
Let's
we're
move
calling
on.
bullshit on Bon Jovi.
Bullshit, Bon Jovi.
Moving on. Cinderella's sophomore album, Long Cold Winter, found the Philadelphia quartet expanding on Night Song's pop metal tumult with bluesy, hard rock, and rootsy elements. The rockers hit harder, and the ballads rang more sincere as a result. Coming Home is a classic road ballad that shows frontman Tom Kiefer torn between the rigors of touring and the loving embrace of a woman back home. The 12-string guitar and massive group vocals in the fade out give the song a bluesy, almost gospel-tinged feel, reflecting Cinderella's desire to be the aqua-netted Rolling Stones.
Bullshit.
I have to agree with you, Chad.
Fucking, if you don't pick Don't Know What You Got Until It's Gone, is probably not.
It's probably
bullshit.
Wrong. I
yeah.
really like Coming Home.
It's a great song, but I don't even really think it's a ballad.
Yeah, if we're picking...
It's way more upbeat than a ballad. And then Nobody's Fool? Come on.
Yeah, the article is supposed to be these 11 big-time hair bands and their best
ballad. And that's... No. There's no fucking way on that
I really
one.
like, the one that we talked about on Still Climbing, the Mama song.
That one is fantastic, too. That would be better.
That's better than Coming Home.
Hard to find the words.
Yeah, good song.
Yeah.
I think you're right, though. I think I would pick Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone.
I think you have to. I mean, it's their biggest song.
Yeah.
And, whatever. So we're 2 for 2 with bullshit.
2 for 2. Okay.
What do we got next?
We got Def Leppard.
Oh, my God. They're so wrong on this one, too.
Are they?
Yes.
They're still operating in the new wave of British heavy metal adjacent mode on High and Dry, and Bringing on the Heartbreak combines heartstring tugging melodies with epic guitar harmonies, resulting in one of the toughest ballads of the hairband metal era. Yeah. Amid the success of Pyromania, the band released a remixed version of the track in 1984 with glossier production and synth overdubs. Do yourself a favor and stick with the original in all its muscular, unvarnished glory. A lot of fancy words, which we don't have, but...
Right, I'm bullshit again.
Bullshit again. Well, you tell me what you think is
Hysteria.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's a good pick.
Fuck yeah.
I know Brian from the Hairband Basement might pick Love Bites here.
Yeah, I was going to pick that on behalf of Brian, but I don't really care for that song either, so I couldn't even bullshit.
He hates that song.
No, Hysteria is, fuck. That's
a good ballad.
I love that song. Absolutely love it. And not saying anything bad about bringing on the Heartbreak. It's a great song.
Yeah.
But it's just, that one's a little more rocky than, it's not, to me, it's not really a ballad.
Yeah.
It's more, it's definitely way more rockin' than a normal ballad.
I even like, the last song on Hysteria, Love and Affection. I kind of like that song too. And I kind of like that song.
How about Two Steps Behind?
That's a good one.
Off of Retroactive.
Yeah.
I mean, they got so many. That one just popped into my head by accident. But, I mean, they got so many that I'm just like, that's not even close to the best fucking ballad they have. So, I call bullshit. So far, we're 3 for 3 on this.
I think I would pick I'd pick Hysteria too. I like that song.
Yeah. I mean, and Two Steps Behind is fucking phenomenal. I love that song.
Yeah.
That album, that retroactive album is really, really good. I really like that album. But anyways, so let's move on. Let's go to the next.
Dokken
Well,
could pout and preen with the best of the hair metal bands, but they often packed a harder and rawer punch than their contemporaries. Alone Again, the penultimate track off their sophomore album, Tooth and Nail, drives home this point. Don Dokken's plaintive vocals convey palpable heartache, but George Lynch's eerie guitar arpeggios and red-hot solo give the song a darker edge than your run-of-the-mill power ballad.
this one I may agree because I can't think of. That's the one that you think of when you think of Dokken and Slow Song.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking through their albums quick just to see if there's anything else that jumps out at me.
Yeah, this one I might agree with, too.
I honestly think I'm going to agree with them on this one just because I can't think of another one. I mean, there's Jaded Heart on Under Lock and Key, which is good. Walk Away is good.
Oh, yeah, I like that song, too. Walk Away is really good.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, I kind of like that one better now that I think about it.
Yeah. I wish yeah.
So we might be 4 for 4 on bullshit. Alone Again's good.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the one that popped into my head. I might give them a pass on that one because I kind of forgot about Walk Away. It's been a while.
Is that song's older than...
Yeah, Alone Again's on their second album. Walk Away is... I can't remember if that was on... I think that was on Back for the Attack.
Yeah, you might be right.
Nope. I think it might have been just on that Best Of album, maybe. It came out with the Best of Dokken in 1994. And it's on there. But, partial bullshit, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it.
Yep.
So this one, I could give a...
Give them a pass.
Yeah, we could give them a pass on this one, so...
Yep.
We'll let them have it, but
we'll let them have it on that one.
Walk
Away is a really close contender, if not beating it.
Yeah. Next up...
Extreme.
Yeah, so... Extreme, it says, were barely a glam metal band, but the chart-topping success of their 1990 acoustic ballad, More Than Words, forever tied them to the scene. We're not here to argue the greatness of that song, even though some fans in the band's harder material considered it sacrilegious. Lucky for them, Extreme 2 Pornograffiti, whichever you choose, features a second top 5 acoustic ballad, Wholehearted. Contains the same gorgeous vocal harmonies and tasteful guitar work as its predecessor, but in a bouncier, less saccharine package. And so they picked Wholehearted.
I'm going to agree with them because I hate fucking More Than Words.
I don't hate that song.
I don't hate it, but it was way overplayed. And Wholehearted is just a little more upbeat. I like that a little better than More Than Words. I don't know. More Than Words got way overplayed and I'm kind of sick of it. So I would give them Wholehearted.
Are you on the Pornograffiti camp or the Pornograffiti camp?
I could say Pornograffiti.
Pornograffiti.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think of another one that's...
I don't know the rest of their catalog all that well. So I'm sticking with what I know kind of.
Yeah, and I don't know when this article came out. I don't know.
Just recently, I think.
So their most recent 2023 album 6 was probably out.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a couple of good ones on there. I guess I'll give it to them.
Okay.
I love Extreme, actually.
I do too. And I got to listen to them a little more. Oh, I was going to tell you. This reminds me, so Nuno Betancourt's brother and Gary Sharon's brother have a band.
Okay.
It sounds almost identical to Extreme.
Shocker.
And they're called Flesh. I have the album. It's not on Apple. I keep meaning to bring that.
Flesh.
I keep meaning to bring it to you because it's pretty damn good.
What's Nuno's brother's name? Just curious if you can remember.
I can't remember.
Okay. Because Nuno's kind of a funky name.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
But you know what? So I love Extreme, and I was just going to say, More Than Words is probably their most popular ballad.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And probably their most popular song.
It is.
Just to the general masses.
And then Wholehearted is second, according to
and
Apple.
That album, Pornograffiti, is a classic.
Oh, it's so good.
Bergie certified.
At some point, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would go there with that.
I really like the first one too.
I do too. I got to listen to that one again. I haven't listened to that. I was singing that to my wife last night. What the fuck's one? Yeah, what the goddamn it. Now I got to look up the song here.
Little Girls or Wind Me Up?
Mother, Ego. Just want to go
Mother.
school today.
Yeah.
Think I'd rather go outside and play.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that too. I love that album. I
know,
that
it's
might
really
be
good.
Another Bergie certified.
Yeah, I got. It's been a while since I've listened to the album for. Yeah, so I gotta do that too. But
yeah, and check out Three Sides too. Give that a chance.
I got to. I've never listened to it. I've never listened to it because I had a good friend Tim, and I loved the first one and the second one, and he got this one, and he says it's nothing like those two, and I go, okay, good, better, worse. He goes, you won't like it. So I just took his word for it and never listened to it.
You might like it. I didn't like it at first. I'll give him that. Mm-hmm. But it's growing on me quite a bit.
Okay. Well, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
That's on my homework.
So we agreed with that Loudwire on this one, Wholehearted.
Yep.
Probably their best ballad.
What do we got next?
We got Motley Crue.
I'm not even going to look on this one.
Yeah, I don't think I will. I better read it.
Yeah, I mean, you can read it. I'm going to...
Fans and critics alike often point to Theater of Pain as the moment when Motley Crue lost the plot for the first, but not the last time. Yet there's no denying they knocked it out of the park with Home Sweet Home. It's a study in contrast. Tommy Lee's tender piano intro was a far cry from their raunchy glam metal assault, and the MTV staple music video showed how a band of Motley stature could feel alone, even as they delighted 20,000 fans a night for months on end. Bassist Nikki Sixx discussed this dichotomy in the Motley Crue The End live in Los Angeles DVD. The lyrics came out of that feeling of being gone so long and wanting to come back, which is ironic, right? He explained, because all you ever want is to get in a band and go on the road, but then you're on the road and you want to come home. Home Sweet Home is the song that Loudwire picked.
I'm not going to argue one bit with that one.
Me neither.
No, that was the right pick.
Yeah.
And they don't have a lot of ballads anyway.
They don't. That's true.
And this one was just, they did it right the first time.
Yeah, it may be the power ballad that
started all power ballads.
Yeah, for the hair.
Anyway, yeah, and it's a great song, and the lyrical content is really good. So,
yeah,
totally agree with that one. Good job.
Good job, Loudwire. So that's 2 in a row we agreed with.
Mm-hmm.
What's the tally? 3 bullshit and...
Well, the first 3 were bullshit, and then we got... What are we on? We're on... So 4, Alone Again.
We agree.
Kind of agree. So, no.
We'll give them that.
We'll give them that one. We
agreed with Extreme.
We Extreme. So we're 3 and 3.
3 and 3. Okay.
We're going to disagree on the next one.
We are.
Yep.
What? Were you expecting something else? Come on, Every Rose Has Its Thorn might be Poison's biggest hit, but I Won't Forget You is their best ballad. There's a purity to this song written before Poison rocketed to superstardom. When Bret Michaels sings, "It's better to have lost at love than never to have loved at all," he genuinely sounds like he just heard the cliche for the first time and is deeply moved by it. Factor in C.C. DeVille's ultra-distorted lead guitar work, and you've got power ballad gold.
Fucking great song.
Yeah, good. Actually, a couple of good paragraphs from Loudwire there,
yep.
but
bullshit.
Yeah,
bullshit. You say what it should be.
It should be Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Although they do have a lot of good ballads, but
my pick would be Something to Believe In.
Yeah, and both those songs are overall just better than that one. Unfortunately for Loudwire. When we did our Poison episode, I got a whole new profound love for the Flesh and Blood album. I wasn't big on it when it first came out.
and then I sat down and I listened to every song, and I listened to that Something to Believe In, and it just hit me different. And that kind of became my favorite ballad by them. I was just like, holy fuck, this is a good written song.
Yeah, that album is really good.
Really, really good. Their first couple albums, were more party
for sure
and fun. So if I'm wanting to have fun and I'm in a party mode or something like that, I'd throw those two on. But if I'm in a little more serious mood, I'll throw on Flesh and Blood, even Native Tongue. I have a new respect for that album, because I didn't care for it at all when it first came out, because it just wasn't CC. But when we did that episode, I listened to it fully with just by myself, open ears, by myself, headphones on, and I just went, this is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, so I was really surprised. But I Call Bullshit, I Won't Forget You is good, but it's not there.
And my argument is we did, and this is probably 40 episodes ago, but we did our 10 favorite hair band ballads each, I think.
Yep.
And we didn't compare lists, and I know Every Rose Has Its Thorn was in the top 3 or 4 on both of our lists.
For sure. Yep.
So it's got to be better.
It's got to be.
I Won't Forget You.
It is.
So this one, next one
is also bullshit.
It is also bullshit, for sure. Skid Row were latecomers to the hair metal scene, but they made up for lost time with their self-titled 1989 debut, which soared to 5 million sales thanks to twin top 10 ballads. I actually disagree with that. 18 in Life, I don't consider that a ballad, but I guess.
Yeah.
And I Remember You. Both are great, but they still pale in comparison to Wasted Time, the final track on the band's blistering sophomore album, Slave to the Grind. Reportedly written about former Guns N' Roses drummer Steven Adler's drug use, the song paints an unflinching portrait of addiction, with haunting guitar arpeggios and anguished vocals building to the devastating climax in which Sebastian Bach screams, then whispers, "I never thought you'd let it get this far, boy." A chilling end to an album and effectively an era.
Excellent song.
Yeah, and good argument.
Good argument. Yeah, I would even give them good argument, but I Remember You is their best ballad, and it's not going to be any other song.
Yeah, and it's not close. I don't think.
No.
But I love Skid Row, and I love both of those first two albums.
Me too.
And I'm trying to think of some other. There's another ballad on Quicksand Jesus, right? That's kind of a ballad. In a darkened room for sure is a ballad.
Yep. And I'm kind of a purist, and I've explained this. Like, I just got, and because of Guru show, he talked about this album, Thick Skin, that was so good with a different singer. But, I've always, it's like that with Warrant. Like when it's not Janie Lane, to me, it's not Warrant. I know that's weird, but that's the way I do it. And that's kind of the same thing I did with Skid Row. After Subhuman Race, I just didn't pay attention because I was like, it's not Skid Row. But I got this album, had to pay a pretty penny for it because it's nowhere. And it's good. Yeah. It's damn good. So it's opened my eyes to a little bit more. But if I'm going to pick a Skid Row ballad, it's going to be from Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, for sure. And that, again, I'm going to say it again, probably for the third fucking time. Wasted Time's a good song.
Really, really good song.
Really good. But I Remember You is, so I remember watching the gal. What's the gal that does the voice? What's her name again?
The voice of?
She talks about the singers and...
Oh, the charismatic voice.
The charismatic voice. She's awesome, by the way.
She's awesome.
Check her out. But she did a whole episode on I Remember You. And so she plays a little bit of the song, and then she rewinds it, and then she...
Talks about it.
about it or whatever. Or, she hates it or whatever. But she... I can picture that episode of her talking about I Remember You and just getting chills listening to him sing it.
and
the
her talking about it.
Even the guitar solos in it.
Oh, one of my favorite guitar solos.
Yeah.
I love that guitar solo in that song. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're way off. Bullshit.
Bullshit. I love it. Bullshit. So,
next one.
Next one is Warrant. Oh, boy.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one. But I'm gonna read what they said about it.
Okay.
Warrant. I'm gonna say this. They have a lot of ballads.
They do.
A lot of good ballads.
A lot of very good ballads. They're kind of like Bon Jovi in that way.
This is a tough one. Some of the best ballads are born out of real-life heartbreak, and Warrant's I Saw Red was no exception. Inspired by frontman Janie Lane walking in on his girlfriend in bed with his best friend, the song juxtaposes lovey-dovey verses with tortured choruses reflecting Lane's betrayal. The song granted Warrant their final top 10 hit, a small consolation for the heartache that preceded it. And the song is I Saw Red. Gosh darn, that's a good song.
I know, I had such a hard time with this one.
But I'm saying bullshit.
I am too. Just because Heaven is their best ballad.
It is. It is.
I think it was both our number ones on.
For many, yeah, it was.
On our top 10 ballads.
100%. Matter of fact, I Remember You was number 2 for me, and it might have been for you as well. Maybe not.
No, it was number 1.
No. I Remember You was 2 for me. I know.
Oh,
that.
yeah. I believe. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of where that fell for you, but you had it on your list. Of
yeah,
top
for
10s
sure.
Too, and close to the top 3 or 4 for sure. Anyway, yeah, so gosh, I love that song. But Warren has some good ballads too. We should talk about some of their other ones. I mean, Stronger Now is a killer song.
Oh, so good.
I gotta find them.
Yeah, I've even grown to love Sad Teresa.
Yeah, I like that song. Bitter Pill.
Bitter Pill. Yeah, fuck. There's so many. What's the other one off the first album?
Oh,
Sometimes She Cries.
Yeah, Mercy Don't Think She's Pretty No More.
I mean, yeah, they were. I mean, I Saw Red is probably my second favorite from them because it is really, really good.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of good ones. So
yeah, they do.
And we, when we were talking about doing this Warrant album that this Warrant show that we're gonna do with Patrick coming up, I was like, another fucking Warrant one. I said we fucking beating a dead horse here. But I found this refreshing the way we did it.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a really good episode. But I think that should be the last of Warrant for a while. Yeah. We gotta take a little break from Warrant because we do it. Hair Metal does it. Hair Metal Guru. I mean, everybody talks about it, and I love Warrant. They're probably, if not Metallica is my all-time favorite. They might be my second all-time favorite.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to, go into.
You don't want to sour yourself on
I don't want to sour myself on them.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about it a lot. But they are worth talking about. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I get it for sure.
So,
bullshit.
Yep. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
And Heaven's got to be number 1.
No doubt.
It just has to be. Whitesnake is the next one. Am I correct?
Yeah, Whitesnake is the next one and almost the last one. We're getting close, right?
Yep. I think there's one left after that.
Whitesnake's 1987 self-titled album transformed the blues rockers into a bona fide hair metal band and soared to 8 million U.S. sales, largely thanks to a pair of massive ballads. Here I Go Again. I don't know, that's not really a ballad. I mean, it starts out ballady, but...
Yeah.
And Is This Love? The latter peaked at number 2, one spot shy of the former, but it's the better song. Originally written for Tina Turner, Is This Love opts for moody understatement over bombast, featuring one of David Coverdale's most evocative vocal performances and a weeping guitar solo from John Sykes. Even in their quieter moments, Whitesnake could make a seismic impact. Is This Love? Whitesnake.
They have, some other ballads that are good.
Okay.
I was just looking at them here.
You're desperately wanting to call bullshit, but...
Fool for Your Lovin' is good. Crying in the Rain is a good tune. The Deeper the Love is a good tune.
Yeah.
But Is This Love is our best.
I think
my
so
opinion.
too. And I'm not a big Whitesnake fan.
I'm not either. And I'm not going to lie about it. I don't know all their stuff. Is there another one in some of their 70s shit or something? They got
so
a lot
much
of
old
albums.
stuff that.
So the stuff that I know, I would give it the best.
Unfortunately for me, Whitesnake only exists for about 3 albums, and that's Slide It In, the 87, and then
89.
the follow up to that.
89. Yeah.
But so we're not calling bullshit. We're going to agree with
We're
Loudwire
going to agree with
one.
them.
And so what's the tally? So that was 10 songs. We got one more left. Are we 50-50?
Let me look. Okay.
Bon Jovi was bullshit.
Bullshit.
Not
We
bullshit.
gave it. So 3-3 after that. Bullshit.
Bullshit's up 4-3.
So 4-3.
Bullshit's up
5-3. 6-3. 6-4 right now.
6-4 in favor of bullshit.
Yep.
And the last one is a band named Winger. Winger were never afraid of a little or a lot of cheese, but headed for a heartbreak. Excuse? Well, I don't know that word. I thought I was pretty smart. The typical hair.
Well, we know better now.
We know better now. Eschew?
Yeah, we should have what's his name on here.
Yeah, we need an English teacher for that one.
Oh yeah.
I've heard that word before, but I don't know how to fucking say it. And I tried it 5 times. I'm going to move on. The typical hair metal ballad cliches with stabbing guitar and keyboard riffs and a heavy, almost proggy stomp. Kip Winger's elastic vocals take the chorus into skyscraping territory, and Reb Beach delivers a series of characteristically breathtaking solos. Pound for pound, it's one of the most technically accomplished hair metal ballads to graze the top 20. Headed for a Heartbreak is the song that they picked.
You know what? I am not like Winger's kind of like Whitesnake to me. I like their first couple albums, and then I kind of lost track of what they did. So I'm gonna agree just because I don't know anything past Pull.
Yeah, I don't either, really. I'm not going to pretend I do.
So if it's not on one of those, and that's Headed for a Heartbreak is a really good song.
Yeah. I kind of like the song on the next album, Miles Away.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
And
I still like Headed for a Heartbreak. I don't know. That first album was really good. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna agree on that one.
I think we'll give it to him.
Give it to him. So we ended 6-5 in favor of
bullshit.
Shit.
Yeah. So not a bad article, and some really good songs, but they're not right.
Right.
We are.
You know, they're. I don't know what the math is, but they're about 42% right.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
And we didn't agree 100% on our picks either, I don't think, right? Like we started off with Bon Jovi.
Mostly did.
Did we pick 2 different ones for Bon Jovi, was it?
Yeah, but I lean more towards yours because it is the better song. Yeah. Cinderella, we
both thought don't know what you got till it's gone.
We went with Hysteria.
Yep.
For them, we agreed on this one. Agreed. We both agreed. Well, did we agree on that? I kind of went with
Poison. You went with Something to Believe In.
Something to Believe
In. Every Rose.
Every Rose. Skid Row. We agreed. Yep. I Remember You. Warrant. We agreed. Whitesnake. We agreed. And this one we pretty much agreed. So. Pretty much, let us know what you guys think. If you think they were bullshit or if you thought they were right and we're total full of shit.
Yeah, so Loudwire has a lot of lists, like you said, and maybe there's a sequel to this because it's odd that 11's a weird number. But
it is a weird number.
Picked 11 hair metal bands and picked their best ballads. And of course, I think our songs that we picked are correct.
Of course.
But, maybe they wanted to be a little more, they wanted to get some more readers on it. And so they were maybe a little more controversial. Or, and that's fine.
Jinx.
Yeah. Buy me Coke.
Yeah.
we should do, maybe someday we'll do a sequel to this for ourselves, or maybe we'll pick 10 more obscure bands and pick their best ballads or something.
Right. And this site happens to have a ton of lists. I discovered when this list came up on my Facebook feed, I was like, or no, I was reading Google News. Like if you have Google as your search engine, it just has news stories, and I like going through those. And this was one of the articles, and I clicked on it, and I'm like, what? I said, no fucking way. There was a couple. I'm like, there's no fucking way that's the best song. Yeah. So I sent it to Bergie right away. I said, we should do a video on this, because we're going to disagree with some of this stuff. And we thought it was a good idea, and I hope you guys liked it. But there's tons of lists, so maybe we'll grab another list sometime and go through that and see what we think and compare us to them. And it was kind of fun. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it was not that hard.
No, it was pretty easy to figure out.
Well, you got anything else?
I don't. Check out Headbangers on Wednesdays.
Yep.
If you didn't watch our previous Headbanger, there's a very special episode of that.
Yeah.
And in about, 30 seconds, you're going to hear something off of that.
Yeah. So, and you probably already heard it.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
Beginning of this episode.
Yep. So, anyways, that's it for this week's Rock Resurgence Radio. Keep the volume cranked, the fist pumping, and the spirit of rock and roll alive. We will be back next week with more Sonic Mayhem. Until then, stay loud, stay proud, and keep fucking rocking.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We really hope you enjoyed our content. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. We'd greatly appreciate it. Links to everything we discussed will be included in episode notes. Feel free to check those out as well. Until next time, stay golden, funny boy, and rock on.